Hello, my name is 27 and welcome back to FrostPunk, the freezing simulator from the guys who did the This War Mine. Last time, well, we've gone full new order, so we no longer have to worry about hope, but discontent is still something we have to worry about. And now the storm is upon us. However, we have just gotten number 5. Generator power upgrade 3. We need that. Buildings are too cold, even with heaters on. People are dying. Come on, get this researched quickly, or else everybody will die. And as it is, we can build new houses as well. Get out there, upgrade. It'll be slightly warmer. Storm harvest. Keeps rising. Use triage. You have 3 days to use triage. This calls for drastic measures. 1 day, 5-hour cooldown. There we go. 2 days worth of coal. Inoperative. Too freezing. House insulation. Healthcare insulation, I should get that. One of our people died. One of our people died. People died. I'm seeing a pattern emerge here. These places are chilly even with this going. And the generator maxed out. It's cold at the best. Yeah. How is our economy looking? We're actually still barely holding ahead. Get max number of people working. Danger of collapse. Sir, one of our engineers wants to talk to you. He's concerned about the danger that the coal poses to our mines. We're doing everything we can to heat the mines, but the air we're pumping into the shaft is so cold now that the hydraulic roof supports are starting to freeze. When they do, the tunnels will start collapsing. Keep me informed. More people died. Raise that up. At least for a little bit. Didn't think it was supposed to get this cold. Oh, laddie, you ain't seen nothing yet. More people died. Because it just got colder. It's now minus 100. But foreman into these buildings. The mines are freezing. They're so cold that the hydraulic roof supports in our coal mines are failing. If the tunnels collapse, the lower levels will be cut off. We should either abandon the number or send volunteers to replace the supports. The task is extremely dangerous. Fall by 80%. We won't survive if that happens. Send volunteers. 30 of our people died. I should probably pull people out of the hunters' huts because they're not working. Come into the coal mines. Where we can. There we go. Gotta keep coal production up, or else we won't make it. There people died. Healthcare installation, that will help a little bit. Make these livable. Generator overdrive can handle it for the moment. Over people died. Healthcare installation. That needs 80. I only have 30. People are dying. I have to turn off the overdrive. There's no way around it. We're dying because it's so cold. 12 of our people died. 16 of our people died. Alright, I have enough home installation. Also continue upgrading homes in the middle of the storm. 6 of our people died. More hands needed. So the volunteers we sent to keep the mines running weren't enough. There's been a cave-in. Either we send more people to open the tunnels and replace the rest of the supports, or the sacrifice of the first group will be in vain. Send more people. These hunters' huts. Empty them. Put guards in. Do patrol. And to work at all these places. Storage unit capacity. That is a good thing to see. At least. That is a good thing to see. Just don't have to worry about coal too much. Yeah, we're making a little bit more than we're using per day. We're dying. Turn off the overdrive. Yeah. Yeah, because it went to 96%. Let's turn it off. It's about to get colder. Before people died. Book of Laws. Triage. Facility's been shut down. Yeah, it's too cold. Just simply too cold. Turn on again. Triage. 42 of our people died. Oh, don't worry, buddy. It's possible to get this cold. You help the sick. Yeah, we help them by doing triage and killing a good number of them. Actually, there's no sick left in the city. Only there's people being treated. Because most of the sick are now dead. Emergency shift. Public execution. Have no engineers. Hold it from there. Lower discontent. And roundup. Mine's operational. They'll be honored. 25 people will pay with their lives. It's freezing even with that going. Pull them out of there. Too cold. Yeah, these are running around the clock too. About a day. Continue improving our houses, even though they're still very cold. Yeah, bunkhouses are freezing. That's part of our problem. Over our people died. I have to turn this back on again. Generator stressor level critical. I have to turn it back off. People don't like it. It's what has to be done. Death to public enemies. More people died. Yep. Severe frostbite. Need engineers for here. Get 3 of those queued in. Improve the houses. %. Turn on the overdrive. Except the frost is coming. It's now too cold for even this to run. The healthcare to run. Darkness before dawn. Sir, one of our engineers has come crashing through the door, white-faced, demanding to see you. I've run the calculations with the new data. The storm will pass in a couple of days, but the temperature just before the end will drop drastically. Nothing can protect us from such cold. Panic is starting to spread and people are losing all hope. We have to stay strong. Good thing we no longer have to worry about hope. The prisoner is running free. Oh. People refuse to work. Force them to work. They need to work. We need to steal. We also need to turn off the overdrive. people died. People are dying left and right. Over, we're actually holding on for coal. House insulation researched. There we go. That's a bit late for that now. There we go. Generator safety bypass. We need more steel. The ever-present problem. The storm's harvest. It's too cold. Overdrive. Even with the overdrive, it's too cold. Well, the game will end before that time comes. One way or another, the game will be over before that trios promise either gets broken or fulfilled. One way or the other. Where people died, for where people died. It's going to blow. Use a steam core. There we go. Took down to 66%. Book of Laws. I mean, we could sign the House of Pleasure. All voices on his back. We'll pay for this, mark my words. People are dying. Generator's going overdrive still. A day's worth of coal. We have 44. But we need the bypass. We're just gonna pull these guys and put them to work inside the steel works. That's where people died. That's only got one person there, one engineer. Let's pull him out. Signed over there. I think it was possible to get this cold. The wind. I can hear my own thoughts. You know, remember the days when it was only minus 20? Those warm summer days. Remember those days? The good old days. Generator stress level critical. Turn it off for the moment. Not expired yet. Execution. I don't think we're gonna make it in time for that. Just go and upgrade. Where people died. Up there. Panic spreads. Let him stay home here. It was somewhere not important, I don't think. Inoperative to propaganda center. Actually, that's kind of important, but we can make do with by doing that. We are cold, yeah. I think I turn this back on again. 4 people died. There it is there. Miracles happened. Sir, it's a miracle. The man who went looking for his daughter is back. He somehow managed to survive, and he brought her with him. He says that he found her soon after leaving the city, but then they got lost and had to wait for a lull in the process to find their way back. They're both exhausted and frostbitten, but very happy. I'm glad to hear that. While the storm rages on. First level critical. People don't like it, they're gonna get cold. A little bit more steel. Just one more. Even then, we may not have enough time. Let him stay home. We're cold, people are dying. Execution starting. No mercy for the criminals. Alright, 72, turn it on. Work ceases. Sir, most of our people have abandoned their workplaces to stay home with their families. Only the medical facilities are still functioning. The city holds its breath, waiting for whatever the end will bring. We have to stay strong. One final plunge down to minus 150 degrees centigrade for a little bit. They're all freezing. Mutiny, disorderly conduct, inciting against the captain. Generator stress level critical. I have to turn it off. If only for a little bit. There we go. The storm ends. The wind dies down and the temperature finally starts to rise. An eerie silence descends upon the city. All the way up. Finish a new home scenario with, you know what? Finish a new home scenario. It's over. I cannot believe it. It's finally over. There's a playthrough without an infirmary. Tis but a scratch. Joe survived. Then there's a nice little time lapse. Started as a formless rabble. Battered by the elements. 80 people. Disorganized. Weak. First we decided to tighten our belts. Thin soup became our main meal. And every day was a struggle. So we adapted. Executions of public enemies. People spying on each other. Brainwashing propaganda. Forceful interrogations. And in the fight for survival. We crossed the line. Order became dystopianism. The city survived. But was it worth it? The glorious city of New London. 1887. 229 citizens, minus 30 degrees centigrade. There we go. That is The main story of FrostPunk completed. But there's another one. The Arcs. As the brightest minds of Oxford and Cambridge, we have been sent to save priceless seed and plant specimens from eternal winter. We have what it takes to keep the seedling Arcs safe. So I'll probably do that. And in fact, there's another two. One that's locked behind day 20 of the seedlings, of the Arcs. And then there's another one coming. But I'm going to call the episode here. But thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you all next time.